Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Recently, I had participated in the hiring process of the Google Apprenticeship Program for the software application role for the 2026 batch intake. And in this video, I will be walking you through the exact process or steps that I have been through. And during my preparation time, especially for the software application development apprenticeship program, so I couldn't find enough resources covering each and every detail about the process. So I just thought of making this video covering end-to-end detail about each and every process. So please do watch the video till the end and hope you make the best out of it. So before we begin the video, for those people who are here for the first time, so let me introduce myself. So I'm Aston Ashwin. I'm a software engineer working at Capgemini. It's been about a few months since I started my journey. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the very first process in this step is that you need to submit your application. That is basically submitting your resume for the apprenticeship program that you are interested in. And Google offers four types of apprenticeship program. Number one is that software application development, which we are going to focus in this video, and the other three involves data analyst apprenticeship, then we have project management apprenticeship, then finally we have the other one is that digital marketing apprenticeship. So if we talk about software application development, so in this case we will be working at Google Office for around an year, but for the other three apprenticeship it's about 2 years. And it was around 2025 August I did submit my application for the software application development apprenticeship, and I didn't apply for any other apprenticeship. So the second step in the process is that for those people whose resume has been shortlisted, those people will be invited for the online assessment round. So in this round for the software application development apprenticeship program, we will be given two questions that needs to be solved within an hour. And this online assessment will be scheduled in a platform called Hacker Earth. This particular two questions within an hour, it is only specifically for the software application development. Now for the other three apprenticeships, the process could be completely different. So if you are someone preparing for any other apprenticeship, please do check out some other videos that actually covers that. So in my case, I received the OA assessment link around September. So for this, the very first step is that we need to register in a particular link, and then we will be invited in a certain date. So in my case, since I joined in Capgemini around September something, I did forget to give the exam because my trainings were going around that time, so I couldn't able to meet the deadline. But guess what I did? I just didn't sit idle. So I just approached the team and I did request them for to reschedule the OA if it is possible. And then the hacker team, they reached out to Google and they created a ticket for this particular issue. And then I was again re-invited for to give the online assessment in the month of October. So please make sure that you note down any important dates, whether it is OA assessment date or interview date in your Google calendar, so that you can remember that. So as I said, so about 3 to 4 weeks in the month of October, I did receive the OA link again, and then I did attempt it, and around two questions I was able to solve all the two questions, and yeah, I did submit that. And I can't exactly share what pattern or what topic these particular question was. Maybe if you are very interested or eager to know what specific question they did ask me, I have prepared a detailed document, so you can reach out to me on LinkedIn and I will feel happy to share you that. So the third step in the process is that once you solve the OA assessment and once you clear that, you will be then invited for the Google screening round, which is nothing but a 15 minutes call with a recruiter. So it was around December 25th. Yeah, after Christmas, I did receive a mail stating congratulations, you have successfully cleared the online assessment round, and then you will be having a recruiter screening round, which is around 15 minutes. And yeah, so the call is being scheduled after 1 or 2 days, and this particular round, it happened around 5 minutes. even though it was scheduled for 15 minutes. Here in the first round, so we made sure that we introduced each other, and the interviewer, she made sure that she wanted to confirm that this particular apprenticeship, it's not a full-time conversion offer. It's just going to be a learning program for 1 year with also a stipend of around 50,000 per month. So she did mention me that I will be getting 50,000 per month, and that is non-negotiable. And she did also ask me about questions revolving around Google's product, also why I'm interested in this particular program, etc., etc. So in case if you want to know the exact questions, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. And in the very call itself, the recruiter did told me that I have successfully cleared this round, and as a next step I will be proceeding further. So one tips to clear this recruiter screening round is that you need to prepare the previously asked question, and that's what I did. So it was alone, so the recruiter exactly asked me those questions that I prepared. So I was able to confidently deliver that. The fourth step in the hiring process is that a Google Meet with a Googler. So in this particular step or round, so we will be connecting with a Googler. Around 10 to 20 people were in the call. So we had few Googlers and also few applicants who did apply for the apprenticeship. So here the Googler, he will be presenting, and he will be sharing his knowledge on how we should prepare for interviews. So as we mentioned, after this round we will be having interviews after the recruiter screening round. So the Googler did give us some idea on how to prepare optimally for the interviews, and few people asked the questions as well. In my case, I did also ask him that do we need to focus on computer fundamental subjects, that is operating system, DBMS, etc. So he did mention questions might be asked from those topics as well, but primarily focus on data structures and algorithms. And I want to particularly mention it here that in the whole process I was never asked any question related to computer fundamentals. It was 100% focused on the coding questions, I mean, which revolved around data structures and algorithms. And the step 5 in the process is the interview round, which was actually about 45 minutes, where you will be given 1 or 2 data structures and algorithms related question, basically lead code questions, and you will have to solve that in that particular period of time. Also you will be asked behavioral related questions as well, that is Googliness related questions. So you need to prepare for that as well. So after the recruiter screening round, I did get about 10 to 15 days to prepare for my interviews, and I did solve the NEET Code 150 problems for that. And I did solve around all the 150 problems minimum of twice in that particular period. Also, I did prepare frequently asked behavioral questions. So then came the interview day. In this particular interview, the interviewer, he asked me about a tree related questions. So it was only one question, so, and which also had a follow up. So yeah, I was able to solve that particular question in that given period of time, and everything went normal. I did start with clarifying clarifying the questions. I restated him the question. We also discussed about the test cases, started with brute force approach, then we went on to optimal, and finally discussing what are the improvements we can make, and also the time and space complexity. And then around a week later, I did receive the invitation for the second round of interview. Remember, these each interview are going to be elimination interviews, which means if you didn't perform well in an interview, let's say if I didn't perform well in the first interview, I will be eliminated there itself. So there won't be any requirement for the second round of interview. So please make sure that you do your best in the first round. So in this interview also, it was around 45 minutes. So in this interview also, the interviewer did ask me a tree related question. So in both round of my interview, the interviewer did ask me only tree related questions, also a few behavioral questions. So as I mentioned, if you are interested to know what exact questions were asked to me, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn and let's connect there. So the sixth step of the hiring process is team matching round. And I'm sorry to say you that I was not I was not given opportunity to participate in this, because I was rejected in the second round of interview as well. And from some of my friends who did appear in the apprenticeship programs earlier, they did mention me that they didn't have any team matching round. But in my case, the recruiter did mention me that after the clearance of the first two rounds of interview, I will be having a team matching round. But unfortunately, I couldn't make it till that. So that's the whole learning experience, or the whole hiring process that I went. Hope you guys did get some idea about the whole hiring process. And in case if you have any questions related to the apprenticeship program or the process that I went through, or the questions that has been asked, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Also, I would like to highlight this particular thing, that is like after the online assessment, so the recruiter will be reaching out to you, and that recruiter, right, so he or she will be reaching out to you from a third party mail, which means you can't expect a mail from at google.com. So it was something like at xwf.google.com. So don't be scared that you are being scammed by someone else. So nothing to worry about that. It's just a third party platform which helps Google with this apprenticeship applicants. And also I would like to address this again. It's a 1 year learning program, which means you may or may not get the full-time offer. So but you will be given opportunity in the last 3 months to apply for software related positions, so in Google. So yeah, good luck for your apprenticeship process. What I think went wrong. So the first round of interview, it went very smoothly. So yeah, I did know that I did my best. So in the second round, what went wrong? So according to me, you might ask me, so you didn't did you ask feedback to the recruiter, like what went wrong in the second round? So I did reached out to them. I did write a mail stating that what's the feedback, what went wrong. But the response that I got was like they can't explicitly share the feedback. Rather, they requested me to focus on upskilling my skills. So in my opinion, I did believe there are few things that I could have done better. Starting off with the number one is that my Wi-Fi went off in between. So that's yeah, I don't know whether I need to blame the luck or whatsoever. So make sure you have all backup ready in your case. So this could be one reason. And I was not there in the interview for around 3 to 4 minutes because of this reason. And the number two reason what I think is that, so when the problem was given to you, you will have to clarify it, right? So and we are so used to returning our solutions in lead code. So when we are practicing in lead code, we return, let's say if it is a list of integers or something, the output that we are expecting, we return it. But the interviewer, she particularly mentioned me to print the output. Okay, and I did ask the interviewer whether you want me to print or return it. But because of some reason, maybe I'm nervous or I'm not sure, I did return the input. Okay, and after the interview, so I did recollect what went wrong, or I did analyze what's the case. And yeah, this is something that I should not have let it happen, because that's a major red flag. Imagine in a real job, okay, let's say you have clarified a particular use test case or something, but you have completely ignored it, then that particular candidate, he is going to be a red flag for the interviewers. So please make sure you stay calm and do better in your interview rounds. And if you ask me like what did I prepare for my behavioral questions, as I mentioned, I did prepare around 10 to frequently asked question. You can feel free to reach out to me, so I'm happy to share you that. So regarding data structures and algorithms, so the only resource that I used is NeetCode 150 list. So I just made sure that I solved the questions in around 10 to 15 days. So if you ask me what data structures that I prioritized, so I started with trees, then I went on with graphs, then I did cover dynamic programming, then sliding window, then binary search. So from my research that I did, so I did came to know these are the most important topics in a Google interview. So this could differ. You can't blindfoldedly believe these important topics or something. Just make sure you prepare these data structures first and then proceed to the rest. That's it, and we are here at the end of the video. So hope you guys find this video useful, and make sure you do subscribe this channel, and let me know if you have any questions related to any process or something, any feedback on the video as well. I would love to hear that from you. So that's it. Let's grow together and learn together.